All right, welcome to the show, everybody. So in just a second, Americans are officially revolting against the ICE thugs that are acting as Trump's Gestapo all across this country. Chaos erupted in the streets of San Diego when a bunch of patriotic Americans decided to try to prevent an immigration raid where they would go into this fancy restaurant and arrest the staffers. Just wild stuff. So we'll talk about that in a second. I also have a little segment here that's long overdue, and it's about just how much MAGA absolutely despises young men, which is kind of ironic because that's I feel like that's a core constituency of MAGA, is young men. But they hate you. They hate you. They truly do. So we'll dive into that. We also have just a absolutely insane story, and it's a shame this wasn't on anybody's radar until like now, but Elon is quite literally poisoning the city of Memphis, Tennessee. Wait until you see this detailed report from More Perfect Union. It'll blow your socks off, man. It is out there. Then we get to Trump's chief of staff was hacked in a mass data breach. This regime is like a field day for foreign spies. We also have a new poll on the 2028 Democratic favorites. We have a shocking new leader in the clubhouse, so we'll talk about that. And then later on, Canada's new prime minister is telling Americans the dark truth. And Bill Maher and Jake Tapper have a smirking fuckface competition, and they both win. So we'll talk about that too. Everybody do me a big favor. Please subscribe to the channel. That helps out massively and costs you nothing at all. You could also click that bell icon so you'll get a notification every single time we release a video on Secular Talk. Thank you to everybody who supports the show on Patreon. Could not do without you. This is real independent media. If you give $2 a month or $5 a month or whatever, that goes a very, very long way, man, because I've never done an ad read, never talked to an advertiser. We've kept this show as pure and as clean as humanly possible, and we can only do that with your support. You can also subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends below. The link is below. And go subscribe to the Corin's World YouTube channel so you can see the Kyle and Corin episodes that we drop there. We still haven't missed a week since we started putting it on Corin's channel, so go sub. We're trying to get him to 100,000 subs, and he would deeply appreciate that. All right, guys, let's dive into it. So let's start with this here. This is in NPR. An immigration raid at a San Diego restaurant leads to a chaotic scene. A chaotic scene from a federal immigration raid on a popular San Diego restaurant is drawing new attention to government tactics and the push to fulfill President Trump's promise to deport millions in a historic crackdown. Video shared on social media and local news shows armed and masked agents in full tactical gear swarming the area near a popular Italian restaurant called Buona Forchetta late Friday afternoon. A crowd of people gathers, filming and yelling in protest, surrounding cars and detention vans. Then a momentary explosion of what appears to be a flashbang grenade sends smoke floating through the street. A special agent with the Department of Homeland Security told NPR member station KPBS that officials were executing a criminal search warrant during a workplace raid. Some witnesses in news reports say agents at first handcuffed the entire restaurant crew as they asked for ID. Several workers were ultimately detained, though witness accounts differ on how many. So this is a picture. I'm going to show you a video in a second, but this is a picture here of what the scene was like in the streets of San Diego. You see them using like a flashbang grenade or whatever, a smoke grenade, whatever the fuck you call it. And you see all these people standing around. Now, they genuinely and sincerely tried to obstruct these Gestapo ICE thugs because, as I said, they were masked, they were in full tactical gear, they were looking like they were in the middle of a war, and it looks like the population, the citizens, were just fed up with it. They're fed up with it. The idea that you need this, for like a busboy that works at a restaurant? This is like a decent, hardworking person, and you're going to ruin their life? Like, what are you doing here? DHS, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, did not immediately respond to NPR's email inquiry Saturday. Neither did the restaurant. One employee cried while speaking with KPBS on Friday as she described how federal agents handcuffed her coworkers in the restaurant just before it was scheduled to open. The crowd of locals at one point blocked an unmarked DHS vehicle from leaving a nearby intersection. They shouted profanities and called the agents fascists. Agents sounded sirens, then deployed what KPBS described as a smoke device. The San Diego Police Department told NPR in a statement that it was asked to assist at the scene of Friday's workplace raid, but the federal agents had left the area prior to their arrival, and that the police department officers did not ultimately provide any assistance or take any enforcement action. So that's interesting. Even the police in San Diego were like, hey, dog, we had nothing to do with this, bro. This is all in the federal government. I mean, look at how they cover their faces. By the way, a lot of these guys have been outed, these new ICE agents. They've been outed as having Nazi tattoos. There's a bunch of individual agents who have them. I mean, these are like deputized thugs. These are deputized white nationalists. That's why they cover their faces. That's why they don't show their badges. That's why they violate the law endlessly. Let me show you one of the videos here. Emergency Garden 7872. This came from Reddit. This is that person's video. I want to give credit, but here, watch. Yeah, look at this video and tell me you don't already live in an authoritarian fascist police state. Like, what are you... Again, they're in full tactical gear, acting like they're in a war, in a hostile country, walking down the streets of San Diego, air filled with smoke, and God bless these patriots who were screaming at them, calling them fascists, telling them to get the hell out of San Diego. That took balls. That took balls. And if everybody did that, they wouldn't be able to do these wildly illegal raids that they do all the time. They're literally trying to chase them out of town. This is amazing. Calling them pieces of shit. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing they could do. If all of us reacted like this every time they did one of these illegal raids, there is nothing they could do. Nothing they could do to us. Because you have, I mean, it literally looks like hundreds of people and maybe like 6 or 7 ICE agents. And hundreds of people are shouting them down, calling them fascists, calling them pieces of shit, telling them to get out of there. By the way, there's a quota. Trump put a quota in, minimum 1,200 deportations every day. That is why you see all of these innocent people getting detained and all these innocent people getting locked up and deported. 1,200 a day is psychotic. You burn through the actual undocumented immigrant violent criminals within a fucking week. And so then you're going after innocent people everywhere, left and right. Here's another one. 18-year-old Massachusetts high school student Marcelo Gomez was taken by ICE on his way to volleyball practice Saturday morning. No word on where he's being held. Marcelo missed graduation today, so Milford High School graduates marched to rally in solidarity. Honor roll student on his way, 18 years old, on his way to volleyball practice. ICE grabs him.
Free Marcelo!
Free Marcelo is the chant at Milford Town Hall.
Free Marcelo!
More than 500 people came to rally for the release of 18-year-old Marcelo Gomez. People in the car say the Milford High School junior was detained by ICE agents on his way to volleyball practice Saturday morning.
I was also being interrogated by ICE officers.
Iago Sampaio told us he was in the same car as Marcelo.
If I was a year older, I would have been in the back of the car with my friend.
Gomez's family says he came to the U.S. from Brazil at age 5 and settled in Milford. Relatives say Marcelo was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
They don't wait for him. Yeah? No, they looking for somebody else.
I don't see how a kid en route to volleyball practice who's an honors student, who's a musician in the high school band, that kid's not a threat to law and order.
Marcelo was supposed to play in the Milford High band at graduation Sunday. After getting their diplomas, Milford High graduates marched to the rally for Marcelo.
It's absolutely incredible that the community can come together like this. He's an amazing person and he deserves the world, and this is it.
He's like a brother to me, and this is so disappointing that I have to see this happen for him to get out. He's a great human being. He never did anything, so I don't understand why we're going through all this, especially on a day like this where we graduated. Yeah.
It is unclear where ICE is holding Marcelo Gomez. We have reached out to ICE about that information, but have not heard back.
These are fascist thugs. That's what they are. Everybody needs to call them fascist thugs. This guy did nothing wrong to anybody. 18-year-old honor roll student, here from when he was 5 years old, was going to volleyball practice, is in the fucking marching band. Like, what are we doing here? Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. I just told you what we're doing. They ran out of undocumented immigrant violent criminals within the first week, so now they're rounding up all these innocent people all over the place, and people don't know where he is. They don't know where this guy is. For all we know, he could have been sent with the 288 people who were illegally sent to the concentration camp in El Salvador. Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Andres, the gay Venezuelan makeup artist who's 19 years old. People need to go to prison for this. Stephen Miller needs to go to prison. Donald Trump needs to go to prison. People's rights are being taken every single day. They're violating the Constitution. They're violating due process rights. They're violating habeas corpus. This is unacceptable. If we actually want to consider ourselves a civilized society, people need to go to prison over what they're doing here. It's that simple. Homeland Security cops handcuff one of Representative Nadler's aides in chaotic day at New York Federal Building. So now, DHS is going after the aides to Congress people. Okay, I got a video for you.
She did not. That is not what happened.
That is not what happened. Okay?
What?
Hold on a second.
You have your contact information, right?
No, I'm going to give you time to speak to you.
Hey.
That's what I'm going to do.
We got you.
No.
We got you.
You're
okay.
I don't have to.
You're okay. You're okay. You're going to be okay.
I'm a federal officer. We're here checking on something. We have the right to check.
Can I see a warrant?
I'm not resisting. Stop resisting. You harboring rioters in the office. So there was not a problem. Let's walk inside. Let's walk through.
For what?
Let me see what's in here. Let's go. Come on. Hold it there.
Out of fucking control. Right there you hear the sobbing and the crying of one of the aides to Representative Nadler, who was being handcuffed. And you hear the DHS agent say, "Stop resisting," as he's handcuffing a young professional woman who's an aide to a congressman. Every single ICE agent and DHS officer that are committing crimes on a daily basis, as they all are, the courts need to get involved, criminal contempt charges, freeze their bank accounts, fine them. The next time a DHS thug or an ICE thug wants to commit a crime, maybe they'll think about it twice if their buddy can't access their fucking bank account. You want to disappear innocent people? You want to handcuff an aide to a congressman? You want to arrest judges? You want to arrest Democratic politicians? Well, guess what? There's fucking consequences to that. Freeze their bank accounts. Fine them. This is unacceptable. We all know, I would say arrest them, but we all know if they get arrested, Trump is going to pardon them literally on day one. He loves criminals. He loves them. So he would pardon them. There's nothing Trump could do if they find them in civil contempt and freeze their bank accounts. All of these DHS agents need to be held to account. All the ICE agents need to be held to account. This is rogue, thug, Gestapo shit. By the way, in the same building as his office, there's like an immigration court or something like that. And so the accusation was, oh, you're harboring, they said rioters. Rioters? What the fuck are you talking about, rioters? You're harboring rioters. So now I'm going to storm your office. I'm going to put your aide in handcuffs. And by the way, you heard that woman say, do you have a warrant? He said no, but he still went in anyway. All these things are criminal. They're all criminal. All these things are criminal. What are we even talking about here? Now, by the way, so you have a rogue Gestapo agency that's locking up innocent people left and right and handcuffing the aides to Congress people. And so leader of the Democrats, Hakeem Jeffries, went on CNN and was asked about this. Listen to what he says.
In terms of how we will respond to what Trump and the administration has endeavored to do, we will make that decision in a time, place, and manner of our choosing, but the response will be continuous and it will meet the moment that is required.
What exactly does that mean? Have you not decided how to respond?
We've publicly responded in a variety of different ways. We haven't let our foot off the gas pedal in terms of additional things that may take place with respect to our congressional oversight authority and capacity. We will respond in a time, place, and manner of our choosing if this continues to happen.
This is how you react to DHS Gestapo thugs handcuffing an aide to your colleague, Congressman Nadler? This is how you react? This is how you react. What is there to contemplate? What is there to think about? What time is a better time than now to talk about this? They've deported 2-year-old American citizens, 6-year-old American citizens. They deported a 4-year-old American citizen with cancer without any medicine. They locked up a woman, ICE agents locked up a woman immediately after she gave birth. They took her from her fucking hospital bed. Like I said, the 19-year-old gay Venezuelan makeup artist was sent to a concentration camp with no due process. Kilmar Abrego Garcia. No criminal record, no crime. They admitted, hey, we sent this guy in error. He's still locked up indefinitely. Indefinitely. You have Mahmoud Khalil locked up indefinitely for the crime of protesting Israel, protesting the genocide, being pro-Palestine. How many more times do they have to shred the Constitution right in front of your face, light it on fire, and take a shit on it for you to get up out of bed and start screaming about it? The reality of the situation is he's made a political calculation. Oh, Trump's best issue by the numbers is usually immigration. So we can't take the bait on immigration because then our numbers might go down. Fuck your political calculations. This is a matter of morality. This is a matter of principle. By the way, the polls actually are already with the left on this issue. But if you hammered away on it, it'd be with us even more. Do you not care about any of this? And the answer is no, he doesn't. You had Democratic politicians get arrested, a fucking judge get arrested. You have this incident that we're talking about here that he was just asked about. How many more instances do you need? How many? There have been U.S. veterans who got locked up by ICE. American citizens who had their fucking birth certificate and their social security card because their mom brought them. And they said, oh, we can't release them yet. What is there to talk about? How many lives have they ruined? How many times have they shredded the Constitution? And you're like, oh, in a matter of time and place of our choosing, we'll respond. Respond now. And protect the Constitution. Defend the Constitution. Defend due process and habeas corpus. By the way, this right here is why, just like we covered on the show the other day, it's some pathetically low number of Democrats that say, oh, Democrats have strong leadership. It's like 16% or something like that. Said Democrats show strength. Because this is what they do. Overly calculating political hacks. And by the way, it's not even like his instincts on this are good. It's not even like, oh, I'm being so political and I'm calculating, and that's why the way I'm handling this is going to work out. No, it's failing. It's failing miserably. Because every day, this regime gets more and more fascist, and you sit there with your thumb up your fucking ass, waiting for somebody else to say something, for somebody else to do something. You say, oh, if it continues to happen, we'll say so. It's been happening. It's been fucking happening since day one. You fucking charlatan. Step aside. Hakeem Jeffries has got to go. He's got to go. He's got to step aside. He's got to step aside. By the way, as he's saying this, Kyle Cheney reports, the Department of Justice had assured a federal appeals court that Melgar Salmiran wouldn't be deported before May 8th to 9th. But after the court issued a May 7th order blocking his deportation, ICE put him on a plane just minutes later and told the court he was gone. Yet another straightforward, direct court order. You cannot deport this person right now. They did it immediately. Immediately. They are mocking the courts. They are mocking our system of justice and law and order. And you have nothing to say about it. Which means, I hate to say it, but it's true, you're with the bad guys. You're with the bad guys. Which side are you on? This is a black and white issue. Why are ICE officers going into immigration courts to arrest people with no criminal records? People diligently showing up to their court hearings who haven't violated any of the terms of their release? Because Stephen Miller wants high numbers and doesn't care how ICE gets it. And here you have Stephen Miller eviscerated ICE officials in private meeting for low deportation numbers. That was in the Washington Examiner. So here you go. So what did that lead to? People who are innocent showing up to their run-of-the-mill standard immigration hearings, right? The judge is saying, okay, you're good to go. Soon as they walk out in the hallway, masked thugs round them up and lock them up indefinitely. Masked thugs. These people here. You got nothing to say? Hakeem Jeffries, you got nothing to say. Popular Mexican band Grupo Firme cancels U.S. show saying Trump administration suspended their visas. We need all Americans to show the courage, the strength, and the confidence of those San Diego American citizens who got in the streets and started berating and screaming at the ICE agents, calling them fascists, calling them thugs, calling them pieces of shit. I know we keep bringing this up, but I bring it up because it's true. If you've ever asked yourself, gee, I wonder what I would have done in Nazi Germany during the rise of Hitler, well, now you know. Now you know. They could not make it any more clear. It could not be any more obvious that these are fascists. This is not normal. This is not normal. And so the lines are clear. Which side are you on? Very simple. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.